Welcome back, guys, and happy 2025. I'm a bit full of cold at the moment. It's been kicking my ass for the last week and I can't shift it, but starting to get on the mend now, so I'm alright. So my last video, if you saw that, it was based around the outboard, and you might have seen the issue that I had with that. Been thinking about it, and I think I might have come up with a little bit of a plan. And in the words of Blackadder, I've come up with a plan so cunning you could put a tail on it and call it a weasel. Huh. So let's see if my plan works. Otherwise, I've just built this up into a video worth of 15 minutes worth of disappointment. And my God, unfortunately, 15 minutes worth of disappointment is something that my wife knows all too well. So, my plan is to do a bit of a switcheroo. What I mean by that is this. So, I've got here the 5 horsepower, and then this then is the base for the 4 horsepower. Now, as they stand, they're pretty identical. All right, okay. So, what I'm thinking of doing is actually moving this arm and the connecting piece just here, right? Taking that out and swapping it with this, and then taking that out and putting that one on the 4. But as we can see in here, if you can see in here, in there, it's just that single tube that runs to the fuel filter that runs back into the pump, and then, well, not the pump, but whatever that bit is. Right, and then that's done. Now all I need to do is to put this connecting rod through there into here, and then mount the petrol tank here, and I've got a self-contained petrol 5 horsepower engine. Simple as that. What could go wrong? Just like that. Ta-da! That's what it is. Just held on with one screw. There. Done. Right. So now I need to get in there to get onto that bit, to get that nut there. Let's see if I can get some spanner on it. Okay. Let's not hold on to anything. Okay, right, that frees up the space now here, which means that I can now get that, comes open, Nice. Okay. So, right. Okay, so this is what I got. So, don't know if you can see in here. Probably not, it's not the best, sorry. But in here, I've got a clip. I just need to undo that clip, and I can take the fuel line off. This is now loose, so that's good. This works. This system works. Yes. Okay. Be back in a bit. Done. So, as you can see, this is off. That was in there, and then this just comes right out, which means that now I can put it in here like so. Actually I won't, because that's in there. That goes in there. That goes in there. Fuel line plugs into that. Happy days. It worked! Right. Let's get trying this one out. Okay, so that thing's off now, which means this is free, so I should be able to put the arm through there and connect my fuel tank. So let's see if I can do that. One thing to be mindful of is the bushings. So if you are going to switch over like I've done, the bushings on here don't have holes in them to allow the screws through to screw on the bottom of your fuel tank. So you'll have to switch those over. So the other ones obviously have a hole in it, and then have this then, which will go up there through into this one. Okay. Well, I'm dead chuffed with that. The fact that I've now got another running engine, that's fantastic. So as we can see on this one, they've used some kind of like instant gasket or something like that going on there. So I'm gonna have to get some new gaskets for it. Also, another thing as well on this side here is the lever. It's stuck in gear. So like the other one, I'm gonna have to strip it down and yeah, just have a look inside and see what it's all about and trying to loosen it. I'm not going to show that in this video because I kind of like showed me stripping down the 4 horsepower, so it'll just be a repetition otherwise. But what I will show is my kind of progress as I go along, and I'll show you the bits that I haven't shown from the other stuff if I'm doing like new jobs, like things like the gaskets and stuff like that. Okay, I'll obviously show what the issue was with the with the gear lever, and then we'll give this one another service. I've got the like the gear oil and stuff like that. I've got you know, stuff like that, new spark plug, things like that. You know, so I'll do all that, and you know, where I'm doing some new stuff, I'll put that in as well, just so it's not just a repetition of the other video. So cool. Wish me luck, and I will see you in a little bit. Okay, so the power head is off. It's now laying rest there. As you can see here, this is the kind of like the gunky kind of instant gasket stuff they've got going on there. So I'll try and get some new gasket paper or something for that. Back to this, and this is solid. I can see it wiggling here, but I need to move this. This is the arm there's your rod that goes down into your push rod into the gears. I'm going to just start off, I think, by trying to blast some WD-40 in there or some lubricating oil, something in there first of all, and let that penetrate. Not penetrating oil, not lubricating oil, sorry. See if that works, and then take it from there. But right, that's the first bit. Let's try that. Okay, this thing is jammed solid, and I don't want to push it because it's plastic, so I don't want to break it. So I have to think about something else. I'm going to undo these screws and see if I can get a bit of a space and see if this can separate somehow. Right now I'm kind of clutching at straws, but let's try it. Okay, those 4 screws are out. If you do take these out, make sure that you just double check, because there's actually nuts underneath. Alright, so watch out for those, because they fell on the floor and it took me ages to bloody find all 4 of them. So yeah, cool. That's off. So then that lifts off like that. Ta-da! Which means that now I've got better access to this. It's pretty gunked up in there, but I still don't see why it's not shifting. So I don't know if it's the fact that it's the linkage. Maybe it's been stuck there, and that's why it doesn't look like it's moving in there either. So right, I'll stick at it. Well, this lever is still absolutely jammed, so I'm getting desperate, and I've decided that, I mean, I've tried back and forth, there's nothing moving inside there. This is not shifting whatsoever. So this, I think this is where the issue is. Something in here has got stuck, because that's not right. So I'm going to take a blowtorch to it and see if that works. Yeah. Sometimes just need a bit of fire. Okay, so let's check these gears then. I've got my trusty thing here. Just push that down on the, I've just left it open and then push down on that. It spins. So this is reverse. Reverse. And then there's a neutral. Neutral, good. Forward. It's in drive. So, happy days. That all works. That's fantastic. So it's time now to put the power head back on. Update. So, I've done a couple of things to this engine so far. Let's have a little look. As you can see, the engine now actually shifts into gear and out. So, forward, neutral, reverse, neutral. So that's a massive help, so that's good. I went then obviously into this bottom end. I have kind of put extra gear oil in here. What else did I do? I took this bottom half out and I put a new impeller in there, put a new water housing gasket in there, so that's all done. So the only thing for me to really do now is to put the power head back on, and yeah, put it all back together again. Happy days. And there we have it. It's all in. This is connected back to the kill switch. It's all put back in there and wired up. The only thing I've got to do now is reconnect the throttle cable and reconnect the choke, and that's pretty much good to go, and then put the fuel tank on the back again. So hold fire, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so a little trick I've noticed, which didn't figure out when I took it off, but when you take the throttle cable off or on, just in the back here, you'll see there's the pin here, and this is the screw that you need to tighten to take it through the other side. You'll see that's where the cable is coming through there. Okay, so it comes through there and it gets tightened by this nut, this screw. Now if you take the front off there, there's a lovely little hole there, which means that you can just tighten that up easily, which I didn't realize when I actually took it off. So that was been designed by a woman, because no man would have thought about that. Done. Fuel tank's on, all connected to the rod, connected back into the carburetor. That's all done, dusted, everything's screwed in. All that's left to do now is try it out again, and hope it works. Let's try it. And just like that, I have a working engine. So that's massive. It's massive. It means now that I can put this bad boy on the back of Maxika, and if my engine should fail again, at least I'm not going to get towed back. So she can be able to get me out of kind of any sort of sticky situation. So that's good to have, like a backup just in case. I feel a lot safer knowing I've got that. Yeah, so that's fantastic. Disclaimer wise, I'm not a mechanic. I'm not trained in this. The only reason I've been able to do this is because I've been checking out lots of YouTube videos, checking online, looking at some of the kind of like the online threads and what have you. That's the only reason I've been able to do this, and what I've been able to do has been pretty easy kind of stuff, in all fairness. All right, okay, so I would kind of challenge anyone saying you could do that, that's fine, okay. You know, so that's cool. So done and dusted. Moving forward, my next step then is for this challenge again, going back to this one. One of the first things I need to do is this lever isn't actually a lever, it's just a it's a rod. It's a stainless steel rod, which has been, I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually been welded on inside, so that's no good. So I've managed to get myself a two hands, a new lever, so there, and then the end bit then, so that's all attaches to the gear shaft. So I've got that ready to go. I'm gonna have to grind that bar out, but I've got a new gasket for that. I know I know it goes in and out of gear now. I know that's working. I might have to buy a new prop for it, because the prop's pretty, it's seen its better days. And then the last thing I need to do then is just buy a new power head, which is going to be about 90 odd quid, something like that, on eBay. But again, for the sake of, I mean, what have I spent? In total, I'll have probably spent about 200 quid thereabouts. And I've managed to get 2 engines out of it for nothing. So I consider myself pretty lucky, to the point where I'll probably be scouting around on Facebook Marketplace now, and to try and find old small engines and just try and see if I can just do them up, because I've really enjoyed doing this. It's been quite therapeutic. It's been nice. Makes a change from things like marking and assessments and all the other sorts of stuff I got to do as a teacher. So this has been a nice change. So right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Hopefully next time you see me, I'll be back on the boat. I need to kind of I need to get that back engine mount fitted and get that sorted, but I've got to shift the fuel tank in order to get access to that. I need to put the steps, replace the steps, put them somewhere else on the boat, on the rear. There's a couple of other things to do as well before the season starts, but we've only got about 3 months now until the season starts, so I'm looking forward to that. That'll be nice, and then weekends I can be out and about, weather and tide permitting, obviously. Until then, guys, stay classy, and I will see you on the next one. So thanks very much for the support. Make sure you remember to like, subscribe, share, all the rest of it, and let's see if we can hit 100 followers, and then once we do that, let's keep going. So peace, love, see you soon, take care.